Kristen Redmond, and today we're going to go over the planetary aspects that are surrounding us and affecting us for this week, April 24th through the 30th. And this week, there is so much energy that is coming through to us through the retrograde Mercury, the planet of thought and communication, and it's making a lot of contacts this week that are bringing through some interesting mindsets. And another interesting underlying theme that we have throughout the week is, of course, the Taurus New Moon that is going to be happening, which always is a time that symbolizes new beginnings and having faith in the time when it's the darkest before the dawn. And so that is where we will kind of start. I suppose we'll start with Mercury. Mercury, golly gee, is that wonderful planet of ours that helps us think, and it helps us communicate. It helps us to process our thoughts, and it helps us to get things from here to here, right? That's what Mercury is known for. And when it goes into retrograde, like it did on the 9th there, what it does is it starts to slow those wheels of communication down. Messages don't get sent, emails don't get through, phone calls get dropped, people don't return your calls. There's delays in getting contracts signed and things along those lines, because it's a time when it's not a matter of actually acting or talking or doing. It's a matter of going into your own mind and thinking things through. It's kind of about being a hermit and processing how things work on an internal level. And with it being in the sign of Aries, where this retrograde is hitting, there's so much happening with Aries energy this year that initiates these new beginnings. It's looking to the past and saying, where do I feel stagnated? Where do I need these new beginnings to be? And so on Monday, we have this fire trine that happens, and it's in combination with this Mercury, of course, with the planet Uranus, which is the planet that brings unexpected things. It brings these wonderful opportunities that come through out of nowhere, but often in the most chaotic of experiences and times and situations. That also is in a fire sign. And then we have Saturn, the planet that stabilizes all these things. They're making a harmonious triangle together, which is known as a fire trine. This is the second one we've seen in the past year. Now, what happens with this is that it's like Mercury is reminding us that if you didn't do something right with that first trine that happened this year, this is a year of new beginnings and following the heart instead of the head, right? Looking for these new beginnings, these new opportunities. If you haven't really necessarily been acting on it the way that you should, because this is a fire trine, it's all about action and getting things going. This opportunity this week is giving you a chance to really make good on that and to get a good stable ground with it. Not only because we have Saturn coming through and the other fire sign and kind of pulling it all together and stabilizing it, make sure everything's got a good solid footing. We also have the new moon in Taurus that's going to be happening as well on Wednesday the 26th. Taurus, of course, being an earth sign, and it's very much focused on the foundations of our life, right? Making sure everything's hunky-dory and rocking and rolling right, so that you can create the beautiful life that you want, right? That's exactly what Taurus is about. And then these new moons, every new moon that we have every month, is an opportunity when the sky is at its darkest, because the moon appears to be gone. Old Mother Moon there, it's like she's gone away for that little bit of time, and we're left to our own intuition and our own spirituality to get us through in the darkest times. And that is when faith is at its strongest, and when faith is at its strongest, that's when miracles happen, don't they? And in Taurus, those miracles and new beginnings that we are looking towards, pulling out our deepest faith, are going to be in the areas of things of tangible worth in our lives. We want new beginnings and money. A lot with money, because that's what Taurus is really focused on, is money and how we make it. But it's focused on our security and our stability. And if you're not feeling very secure or stable in your life, whether it's a job, whether it's your home life, whatever it is where you're feeling insecure, this new moon gives you an opportunity to put it out there and put faith into some sort of wonderful new beginning happening and coming through. So get yourself and your stones in the moonlight. They will be very happy to be cleansed in the power of the moonlight, because it is an earth sign, and of course they are of the earth. And it gives us all a chance to kind of get those foundations rebuilt where there's cracks in them, right? Absolutely. And so, what else do we have? Let's get back to Mercury, huh? Good old Mercury. On Friday, Mercury, of course, that retrograde one, looking to the past, is going to be aligning with Uranus. This is a once-a-year event when this happens, okay? When these two forces merge. And when they do, they kind of take on one another's energy. Of course, Mercury, like we said, planet of thought, planet of communication. Right now, things are a little bit backwards with that. We're kind of revising, restructuring, replanning things in terms of where we want these new beginnings to be if we haven't really gotten them rocking and rolling on the solid footing that we want. And on Friday, that Mercury aligns with Uranus. And of course, like I said briefly a little bit beforehand, Uranus is a planet that is an air sign planet. It is about thought, but it's also the planet that does things in such a rebellious way that we would never expect. Okay, you're not anticipating the things that Uranus brings you. Let me tell you. Oftentimes, though, the things that it brings, though it may be unexpected, though it may be chaotic, it ultimately frees you from those chains of the past, those comfort zones that you get yourself caught in, and you can't seem to break yourself free from. So on Friday, expect some kind of weird energy around that will push you out of your comfort zone, trying to get things to change. And it's trying to change you because it's trying to liberate you, right? It's trying to bring those answers that you send out into that new moon, whether it's this new moon or any other new moon, right? You're sending it out there and the universe hears you. Just because you don't get your response that week or the next moon cycle doesn't mean the mother moon doesn't hear you, and she does, okay? And she's trying to bring these little signs that changes are coming in the way you want. And I would expect one of those changing signs to show up as Mercury and Uranus align on Friday. Also with that, too, that can bring accidents, right? Because this Mercury is in Aries, and Aries is an impulsive little fast sign, so ruled by Mars. So just make sure that you watch out for any kind of accidents. Make sure you're paying a little bit extra attention out there on the road. Glitches with the electronics, because Uranus rules electronic devices. But just in general, I feel that there's going to be a little bit of an erratic pattern to our conversations, with our communications, with delays along those lines. So just keep an eye out for that. Lastly, what we have, and this kind of ties in with the whole energy of this beautiful Taurus New Moon, is Venus going, of course it went direct last week. This is a huge thing because the Venus retrograde this year in 2017 was a massive astrological event for all of us, looking to the past in love and money and how to redo things so we can be a little bit happier, right? That's what it's all about. And Venus has been in Aries for quite a while. It's been in there back and forth, in and out with this retrograde cycle that has happened pretty much since February. And Venus is a planet that will change a sign every 3 weeks. You know what I mean? So this is kind of a big deal that it's been stuck in the sign of Aries for this long amount of time. And because it's been stuck in that sign of Aries, it's a sign to all of us, right? Beautifully fittingly so, that this is the year for new beginnings in these areas of our life. Are you unhappy in your love, in your relationships? Are you unhappy with the way that you love yourself and take care of yourself? Are you unhappy with the way that your home is and how the feng shui isn't really rocking and rolling in there? Venus is concerned about love and beauty, balance, and harmony, whether it's in relationships or whether it's in your pocketbook, okay? Because it's very much concerned about money and finances too. And this is the year that the universe wants to bring the new beginnings in those areas for everybody, right? Sometimes in the most unexpected of ways. That's how Uranus is working with us this year to bring the blessings through. But now Venus has gone direct, okay? Went direct last week. Out of its retrograde, that cycle of looking to the past and where we want the changes, we've already done that, right? We know what needs to be changed. There ain't no need for any more thinking. Now it's time for the acting, right? And so the cool thing is now that Venus is moving into Aries, now we're looking at how we can actually change it, right? We're ready to get moving with it. We're ready to get our feet moving with it. And get these new beginnings rocking and rolling, okay? When we were looking at it in that retrograde cycle through March 3rd through April 15th, it was about, it just in general this year, the past several months, has been very challenging in terms of love and money. and about how we assert ourselves in these areas. There's been more arguments than normal. There's been more power struggles than normal. And passions have been very high in these relationships, whether good or bad, and they've been very high. And impulses are very high as well, because Venus has been trapped in that sign of Aries, trying to focus on getting new air, new energy, new beginnings going. And now that it's going to be going direct, and then on Thursday as it transits back into that sign of Aries, it's ready to get the ball rolling. Right? A lot of energy this week is about making tangible, physical actions to get these things going. It's not about thinking anymore. It's not about looking to the past anymore. It's about making the changes necessary where they need to be. So, let's do a reading. Let's pull some cards and see what else they have to tell us this week in the week of the new moon. Getting things on solid ground, right? Taking care of our bodies, too. That's another good one, too. Let me throw that out there. Taurus is a fixed sign. It's known as a stable sign. Top of the wheel it is, and Taurus folks are also the same way. You can always rely on them. They're always consistent. Stay the course, right? And if you want to take better care of your body, the best time to do it is in a fixed earth sign. That is Taurus, okay? So this new moon cycle, if you're ready to start some sort of new diet regimen, this is a perfect time to do it this week. Send it out there into the universe, especially with that Mercury retrograde, looking to the past and how your thoughts work and how that may create a reality and a body that you don't necessarily like. So send those intentions out into the universe to be changed, right? And if it doesn't happen this week, you got 2 weeks from now when we got the full moon that happens in Taurus, and that'll give you an even better opportunity for blessings to come forward too. But it's generally said that when you start a diet in that fixed moon cycle, whether it's new or full, you're going to be able to stick with it, because Taurus is the sign that's the bull, and it sticks with things. Once it gets its horns in there and it's ready to go, man, ain't nothing going to stop Taurus, that's for sure. So, all right, y'all, back to that reading, right? Okay, so let's see what angels and energies are around us this week, trying to help guide us. Solid ground, eh? All right. Lawnmower angel, apparently, huh? What are the odds, right? I'd come out here and then they got to start mowing the lawn. That's the way it works, eh? Okay. Metatron. Is that interesting? He's the angel of Virgo. Virgo, of course, being another sign focused on work, the hard work that we put in and the service that we are to others, and that balance in between, making sure it doesn't get trampled on, right? Metatron's the angel that is known to be the angel of sacred geometry. For those of you not aware of sacred geometry, what it is he takes this cube, right? He goes through and he spins it on all 7 of your chakras and around your energetic field, and helps to remove all the toxin and negative thoughts and negative energies, the blocks that keep your energy from flowing correctly. That's what Metatron does with his cube. If you feel stagnated, if you feel blocked, if you feel you can't move forward, especially in areas of love and money, there may be a block, an energetic block. And the best thing that you can do, of course, you can go and get Reiki healing work, energy work done by any certified wonderful practitioner out there. But another thing you can do is call on good old Archangel Metatron and ask him to align each one of those chakras and remove all the energies that you don't need out of there. Okay? He's also the angel that helps us with our spiritual path and the gifts that we're given. So, this week, I suppose, if you're looking at those things, he would be the one asking and helping and wanting to help us. So, let's ask him, huh? Metatron, Archangel Metatron, what do you got to tell us this week, in the week of the new moon, starting with solid footings, getting our energy cleared so we can get it done right. Jumped out. Beautiful Taurus sun out there, huh? 2 more. And then we will see what Metatron has to say. So, Metatron in this week is saying that he's feeling a little bit of sadness. Okay? Because we have this desire to move something behind, move on and leave something behind in the past. This is a card of leaving things behind, right? searching for something more meaningful, and it's about spiritual and emotional growth in the process of the things that we decide that we are leaving behind. Of course, any new beginning is going to have an ending, nonetheless. And this week, that's exactly what Metatron is reminding us as well. Though some of these things are difficult to let go, knowing that in the process we get stronger in many ways. It's definitely a card of loss and sadness. So I definitely feel an underlying current of that this week, and maybe that's a lot because Mercury is so focused in looking into the past this week. I'm not sure. Let's pull another card too with that. Yeah, let's pull another card with that one and see exactly what Metatron wants us to keep in mind. What exactly this moving forward is from. What is it that we're looking for? Of course, we know there's a lot of moving. This is the year of it, right? New beginnings. The year of new beginnings, 2017 is, because it's a number 1 year in numerology. Last year was a year of endings. This is the year of the new beginnings that comes. So maybe a lot of it's looking to the past. We got remnants of that stuck in our auric field, and it's making it difficult to move forward. Metatron wants to come through and clear those blocks so we can get rocking and rolling. I'm going to do this 3 more times. Perseverance. Isn't that interesting? It's cool, too, because there's a butterfly on that, and they're all about nowadays, aren't they? You know, they say the spirits are the ones that we love come in the form of butterflies, right? The spirits that have passed on and souls of the families and loved ones we have show up as butterflies around us when we're thinking of them, especially those white butterflies. And I feel that strongly here, especially because this card's so focused on death and loss. You know what they tell us, those guides, those wise spirits of those people that we love that have lost and gone. They come around in that butterfly form, reminding that freedom is right around that corner. And I guess we choose those thoughts, and that creates our reality, and we can free ourselves from these things at any time. And like a butterfly, right? Float on to the next thing and know that God will take care of you. And the hard thing, I think, is always persevering through those hard times, right? And this week, of course, we're reminded of that with the new moon, when the dark skies kind of fill it for the week, and we don't see that light of the moon, but we know that it's there, trying to give us the blessings and help us move forward and the stability that we need. So this week, know that Metatron's helping us to persevere, helping us to keep going the distance and not to give up. Even though things look dark and tough and really, really icky at times, know that we got to have that perseverance to go that next distance, because every little step you take gets you closer, and if you don't keep taking those steps, man, you don't move on to the next thing, because we got the desire to move on to something more meaningful, and we got to do it. So this week, know that Archangel Metatron is surrounding us, helping us do that. In the light of the new moon, get yourself out in it and your stones and get them all cleared out, right? Everybody have a wonderful week. Thank you so much. Bye.